everyone, today it's a book review video. Last night I finished reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. I did a review for Throne of Glass because I had very mixed feelings about it. I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to carry on reading the series. I read Crown of Midnight last month. I didn't do a review of it. I have on Goodreads though, so if you want to go and check that out, feel free. But I felt the second book was a huge improvement on the first. I liked the characters a lot more. The storyline was a lot stronger. There was a lot more anticipation that something was going to go down. And it was handled really, really well. There were some scenes in there that were really hard to read and they hurt. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed Crown of Midnight. I've been trying to get my hands on the third book for quite a while. Regular viewers will know I keep scouting my library for them. Finally got my hands on it and blitzed it. Didn't take me long to read at all, and no, these aren't thick books. It's 565 pages. Somebody pointed out it was 100 pages more than Crown of Midnight. But it doesn't feel like a longer book. For me, anyway. I felt that actually those extra 100 pages were worthwhile because we got a lot more character development. We got some of Selena's backstory, her history. And there was more going on in here. This is not just Selena and a few others in a very small environment now. Things have moved on and we've got more characters introduced here. We've got a wider spectrum going on and there's bigger plot movements happening. It's very much, you can understand that some characters have had their plot lines almost slowed right down. I don't want to say whose because that's spoilers for previous books. But I can understand why they've been slowed down because they are setting up events for the next book in the areas that they are situated. For those of you who read the book, you know what I mean. What I also liked is we see a development of Selena a lot more. At the start of this book, she's not in a good place. Something happens in the previous book that has really affected her, and we are seeing the after effects of that. I did at one point think, come on girl, snap yourself out of it, but then I caught myself and thought, actually no, this is a big deal she's having to deal with. It's an accumulation of lots of other things and she needs to deal with it. And so the extra space in the book gave us the room for that character to deal with issues that she needed to deal with, that she needed to get out of her system and to confront. A lot of this book for me, it's Selena confronting her past, confronting who she is, her heritage, her past and her friends and her actions. It's a lot of self-reflecting going on. It doesn't mean it's boring. It happens in quite a cool way most of the time. So it's quite nice to see this character who I initially didn't like and have actually grown to really appreciate and feel for now. I really get where she's coming from, which I think is a good point. I have to admit, the new characters introduced in this book, I love Manon, who's an Ironbeak witch warrior. I just love the fact she's like, I'm doing this because we do this. I have no fear, I have no love, I have no respect for anybody else but the Ironbeak clan, and I'm going to do it. And I loved her. I thought she was a great character. I'm certainly looking forward to her being developed a lot more. Again, she's one of these characters where I think she's brought in to set up events that are going to happen in the next book, and possibly the one after that. So it's interesting to see where this is all coming from and to be able to read how it's all going to tie together in the next few books. So I'm hoping to see a lot more of Manon because I thought she was a really good character and I really liked her, which I don't know what this says about me, but I liked her a lot. I would say Heir of Fire, it's the first Throne of Glass book that has actually made me have a lump in my throat. There were scenes in here that really made me cry. There were scenes in here where I was actually sweating with the fear and anticipation that was going on. There's not many books that have actually made me sit in that kind of heightened state of tension for quite a while. So this was certainly a very good book for the emotion side of things. It certainly draws you in as a reader. I know some people have said this is a boring book, that they couldn't finish it, that they have trouble getting through it. I would say maybe sit down and just go for it because The story as it plays out is really, really good, but it's definitely setting up for later events. Selena has to go through what she goes through in this book, because otherwise, if she doesn't, what will happen next won't make any sense as far as I can work out. She needs this character development. She needs this moment to grow as a person. And I think you need to hang on in there, read the rest of the book, don't give up on it, and certainly, you know, you've got a good payoff at the end of this one. So you're not going to be let down by the ending like so many other books I've read where I thought, nah, that wasn't worth it. This one's worth hanging on to and worth sticking your teeth into it and getting through it. I would like to say I have come to the Throne of Glass series quite late. I only started reading it just before Christmas, so I'm a little bit behind the times, but it does mean for me I don't have to wait for the next book. Hopefully I can get my hands on a copy of Queen of Shadows quickly and Empire of Storms, and then by the time I've got through those two, maybe the last one will be printed for me, which would be really nice. But it's certainly a series that I think benefits from sitting down and reading one after another. You can really immerse yourself in this world and these characters. And I think it's a lot stronger having to read it in one fell swoop. It works for me rather than having to pause for the next book to be published every year, which, you know, for those fans of books that are a part of a series, you know, Game of Thrones people, I'm looking at you, having to wait for the next book to be finished written and published, it could be a long slog sometimes. So I'm quite fortunate that I can just go from one book to the next book to the next book. I will be reading The Assassin's Blade next, which is the prequels to Throne of Glass, so it's all Selena's early days. So that's the next one on my list, and then I will carry on with Queen of Shadows if I can get my hands on a copy. So overall, I really enjoyed Heir of Fire. I thought it was a good read, good character development, certainly a good setup for future events to come. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought down below or in your own video. Please, you know, link if you've done a review of this book already at some point. And happy reading. Bye.